food up yet. Me either. Those days are over.
Hi guys, I'm Mike.
I'm Erin.
And this is the weekly roundup right here on our Wyoming Life in a whole new way. Now we are sitting at the Arbuckle Lodge in Gillette, Wyoming, here celebrating the very first ever ranch roundup, which happens tomorrow right here on the ranch. We are doing this in a big way. We have this room, Ivan, wake up, get your camera. We have this room filled with, I don't know, 100 people, maybe, I don't even know how many people are in this room, but I want to thank each and every one of you guys for coming out. These are some of the attendees to the Ranch Roundup that are going to be here tomorrow on the ranch. Are you nervous at all for that?
A little bit, yeah.
We have been preparing for this for a year now, pretty close. The whole Ranch Roundup concept, I just spit all over the place. The whole Ranch Roundup concept started with an idea that Matt and I were tossing around, and that was us going to Chicago to do a subscriber meetup in a park in Chicago, mostly because I wanted to go meet Matt, really was the main purpose behind it. And that grew into what is going to happen tomorrow, which is kind of happening today. I can tell you, everybody was asking me if I was more nervous about tonight or tomorrow. And I always told everybody, I said I'm more nervous about tomorrow, but the closer tonight got, the more nervous I got. And those people that think we don't get nervous, totally wrong. It is crazy. But, I mean, what have you been doing for the last week, really?
I mean, just everything that we can do to get ready, weeding gardens, getting the ranch ready. I've been making a lot of food. Our house, the inside of our house is a disaster, but the ranch looks great. Our kids started school this week, so that was a fun, kind of threw a wrench in our routine, and it's been busy. It
has been crazy busy. We are, can you turn down the gain just a little bit, Dave? It's a little bit hot. We are in the Arbuckle Lodge, which is located in Gillette, Wyoming, one of the newest hotels here in Gillette. And if you've ever been in a hotel, you know how hotel internet works. So we might be a little slowed down with what we're doing over online. If you're watching it, there might be a little bit different, the syncing issue, which I know everybody who's ever watched a live stream has dealt with that. That may be happening here today. But we are at the Arbuckle Lodge. They actually gave me a commercial to read. This is actually a radio commercial, so I kind of started having flashbacks when I read it. So I'm going to read this really quick because they are actually letting us do this here for nothing. It's totally they're just out of the kindness of their hearts, which is very cool for us because we are very much about our community, and of course we like to deal with other companies and other businesses and individuals that are also about their community. So I'm very happy to read this for those guys.
Before you read that, can we go down just a little bit more, Dave?
Quarter less gain if you can, guys. This is actually our first time, honestly, having somebody else running stuff for us. If you've ever watched the live streams, which I'm sure you all have, it's usually me trying to do it. So you see my eyes, I look down a lot because I'm looking at what Dave's looking at, and all you guys are looking at apparently. So it's a little tricky. So the audio is
Thanks for telling us. We appreciate
great.
that because we can see comments. I don't think Dave, can you see comments?
But no, Matt can. Matt's sitting right next to him.
Matt, just yell at Dave.
He's a big guy. I don't want to yell. There's a guy back there who's a hunter. He's even bigger.
Well, we're going to get him up here. I don't know if I got big enough chairs.
I will be.
All right, so here we go. If you have friends or family coming to visit this summer in Gillette, the perfect host is, and you can book them rooms at the Arbuckle. Right. This is written a little weird, but whether their stay
you want me to fix the script?
I know you could, right? Whether their stay is for a night or a week, the Arbuckle is your home away from home. All rooms at the Arbuckle are double the size of a standard hotel room. You got anybody here staying here at the Arbuckle? Are the rooms really nice? They are nice rooms. I've never stayed here, so I've used the bathroom in one of the rooms, though. So now I lost where I was. There are 8 different types of room to accommodate any family situation. A family suite with 2 bedrooms, including a king-size bed and 2 bunk beds that sleep 8. A family room with a double queen and bunk beds for a special night. You can have a honeymoon suite, complete with a whirlpool, rose petals, champagne, and chocolate-covered strawberries. Who has that room? All right.
Did you get that room?
Did you really? Awesome. I'm going to come over there tonight. All right. For family fun, the Arbuckle boasts the largest pool in Gillette hotels and a 24-hour fitness center. So the Arbuckle Lodge also has a 24-hour laundry site and late dinner served Monday through Thursday for $5.
Wow.
The dinner is open to the public. Arbuckle Lodge has you and your out-of-town family and friends covered this summer. Book online at arbuckle.com or call 685-6363. That's the Arbuckle Lodge. Fairly certain that's not a 30-second commercial.
That's
That's a long 30-second commercial.
a 60.
So we want to thank those guys. As you're here for the Ranch Roundup, you're also going to find out quite a few things about our Wyoming Life that you guys have never known, and that is because we're really sneaky. We do have sponsors on our Wyoming Life, and they're companies that help us out that I'm not a salesman, and I think I've said that a few times, but I'm not here to sell anything. So what we look for is companies that we want to work with that have the same values that we do, that want to help out the Edible Prairie Project, that want to show people where their food comes from. So when you guys are out on the ranch tomorrow, you're going to get a chance to check out the BCS, which is the two-wheeled lawnmower or tractor that we use. Also, Stetson has sent us a few hats to give away tomorrow. We're going to have Michelin there, who we're working with. We're starting to work with, and Jeremy is here from South Carolina, along with Sean, who's I'm not sure what is your exact title.
Ag Territory Manager.
Ag Territory Manager. There you go. So we also, who else do we have out there?
We have Megan with Edible Prairie Project is going to be there. Game and Fish is going to be there with some animals, pelts.
Yeah, I don't think they're bringing any live animals, but I can tell you, and I hope this is going to happen. If you guys remember the hunting video with the animatronic antelope, they are bringing that, so we all get to play with that. And I think they're bringing an animatronic mule deer if he could find it. He said it was buried in his garage somewhere. So
That's like a weird thing to have in your garage.
probably not for game wardens. I mean, they have weirder stuff. We're also going to have the Rock Pile Museum out. The Rock Piles helped me out immensely with the history videos that we had come out this winter. They have a brand new employee who is actually, I'm not sure what his title is, because apparently I don't care. There you are. Yeah. I knew you were going to be here. I didn't know who you were. Okay, awesome. He's right back there. Can you put the camera on that guy back there? There he is. He is going to be out at the ranch. He is going to tell us all about ranching, sheep ranching, all that kind of good stuff. So, very cool. I heard you guys were bringing out a wagon, too.
We are. We're bringing a Wyoming sheep wagon. It's set up just like they were on the old Bain cook wagons, and then the living quarters on top. So you'll be able to climb in and check out life as a sheep herder in Wyoming in the 19th and 20th.
You're going to let people get in the sheep wagon?
Absolutely.
I have asked Robert to get in that sheep wagon 100 times, and he won't let me.
We get to bring that one.
Oh, okay.
Bring in one that is like that one.
Awesome.
You can climb in and out of it.
Awesome. That's going to be a lot of fun. Now, the Rock Pile Museum, while you're here in town, if you do get a few extra minutes, especially tomorrow before you come out to the ranch, go check them out. Make sure you tell Robert that you're here with us, because that gives me all kinds of brownie points when I call him in the middle of the night and I have a dumb question. He answers the phone a lot better if he knows that you guys like him too. And he's going to be there as well. But be sure to support the Rock Pile while you're here, because they do have an awesome museum and really cool stuff, including we had a video about the homesteads. They actually have a rebuilt homestead there in the museum that you can check out, that you can look at, and it's amazing the size of these things.
At 11 a.m. tomorrow, there'll be live programming from that homestead cabin. So 11 a.m. would be a great time to come check out that homestead.
There. Why don't you come up here, Matt? Come here. Come on up here.
Bring my sack.
Can you scoot over just a little?
You are.
Come on, have a seat. Bring your friend.
Yep.
All right. Now, what is your name again?
Steven.
Steven. Oh, that's right there.
Yep.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys
Erin,
too.
Mike.
Why do you have a sheep?
Grace is
Grace is your sheep.
Grace is our sheep. She's
got a name
named
tag.
for Grace Keenan. She was one of 3 Campbell County lasses who, in the first week of August in 1918, became the first women shepherdesses in the United States, due to all the men going off to World War I. The 3rd grade classes from Ag Expo here, they voted on the 3 women, and Grace Keenan won. So
Very
Grace
cool.
the sheep is now the unofficial mascot. And we travel around, get out in the community, let people know the Rock Pile Museum's still there, and come see us.
Now, you're relatively new to the Rock Pile, correct?
Yes, I've been here for 6 months. My background is in living history, so portraying people of the past. Gillette history is kind of new to me, because most of the history starts in 1900, and I'm used to doing 18th and 19th century. So meeting people who actually knew the people I'm portraying is,
that is
is a
little
new
weird.
thing
Yeah,
for me.
yeah. Grandpa, is that you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Absolutely.
I had a chance to go out to Indiana this summer, and out there, obviously, a whole different, whole different animal. So I'm looking at barns that were, put up in the mid 1800s.
Right.
Whereas the ranch that we're on was actually homesteaded in 1924.
Yeah.
Which is the same year that we have a Model T from 1924. So it's kind of weird to put the two together and see how late we. Is there a reason we homesteaded so late here? Was it just like the last one in the jar kind of thing?
Yeah, absolutely. I grew up in Eastern Oregon, in Pendleton, and so the Oregon Trail happens, and everybody goes to the land of milk and honey, which is the Willamette Valley. But they get there, and especially towards the end of the Oregon Trail, before the Transcontinental Railroad, there's nowhere left to farm or ranch. And they say, hey, let's go back, and they backtrack. And then also the Transcontinental Railroad happens. The railroads no longer need the land, so they're going to make a profit off it. So the Homesteading Act gets changed here and there. World War I happens. Those soldiers need places to go. So enticing people to come back to this part of the country and settle. So it all happens after the fact.
That is amazing. Did you happen to watch any of our videos, the history videos?
Yes, my favorite is when you walk out of the picture.
Isn't
that got
cool?
me hooked on you
Really?
guys because
Did
I
anybody
saw
else?
that
Does
video.
anybody else remember that shot when what a pain in the butt. I'm going to tell you, I was out. First of all, we live on a highway, so anybody drives by and sees me filming, they honk at me.
All the time.
Drives me crazy. So if you and there are times when you'll hear a honk in the background that I just couldn't deal with or couldn't take out, or I was like, I did good. I don't care if there is somebody honking in the background. But that shot, I really don't have any film. Any film background with editing of film. So I'm out there blocking out shots, trying to figure out how to make this look correct, and then meld the two shots together. And I remember thinking as I'm doing this shot, I really hope somebody notices that this is a cool thing, because I was like, this is a giant pain in the butt. And I'm glad that people do remember it, because it was one of those things that did take forever.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was absolutely.
And it was a lot of fun. That picture was actually taken on the Barkley Ranch, which is obviously where we are now, back in the 50s, I think, during a 4-H judging, if I remember right.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that as you guys come out tomorrow, you'll get a chance to meet Stephen, and he's going to tell you a whole lot more about the area. If you get a chance, ask him about the battle. You know anything about the battle at the Rock Pile?
A little bit.
There isn't really much about it.
Robert knows more than I do.
Okay, well, yeah, because that,
He'll be there.
it's funny, but we find cannonballs on the ranch, and Gilbert told me that this battle took place on what used to be part of the ranch. It's not anymore, it was sold off, but it was the Battle at Rock Pile. Now, if you look it up on Wikipedia, it says it happened somewhere down by Wright. But Gilbert swears they were wrong, and I think there are a couple of the cannonballs that he gave to the rock pile.
There might be.
And as soon as I mentioned it to Robert, he said, well, do you have the cannon? Because apparently the cavalry, they were fighting the Indians at that time, they left the cannon sitting there, and nobody knows what happened to this cannon. I guarantee you one of my neighbors has a cannon in their barn somewhere.
No one's talking about it.
No one's going to say they got it.
No, exactly. Well, thank you very much.
you so
I appreciate
much.
it.
Yeah,
Be sure to
we
say
look
hi
forward
to this guy tomorrow. Thank you very much. We appreciate you coming up.
Your camera's not working.
That one's not working?
That one up there.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We really didn't aim that camera, so behind the scenes, we really didn't aim that camera because we kind of ran out of time and I needed a drink, and so there was some sort of thing happening there. So one thing when we came to the ranch, obviously we didn't plan on doing the YouTube thing. So having you guys here is very cool because it's like a visual representation. One of the things we talk about all the time is that people out there know who we are.
Yeah.
We really have no clue who you are. And obviously you don't know who we are. We choose to put what we put on the internet, but I mean, obviously, it's 10 minutes a week or whatever it is, 20 minutes a week or whatever it turns out to be. So there is some, obviously, we're going to get to know each other over this weekend, and that's what I really hope that we're able to do, because it's almost like a one-sided conversation. It's so weird to not be facing another wall as we do this. I mean, when we have a live stream going on in our studio, we're looking at a wall, pretty much it. But
A TV.
Or a TV, yeah, which we are now, which there's nothing good on. But one of the very first live streams that we did, Erin and I started out, we did our first live stream. It wasn't even a live stream, we faked it. We had questions and answers, remember that?
Well, we did. We didn't say that it was live, but we like.
It was kind of live. We
took
sat together and we
questions
took questions that people had emailed to us, and then we answered them in a video format. Was that right? Mm-hmm. It's kind of what we did.
Yeah.
Eventually, we got brave enough to
We did like a Q&A.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think we did 2 of them. Eventually, we got brave enough to actually do a live stream.
Yeah, I was
And
like,
then-
no one's gonna come.
Yeah.
We made Nick ask us questions.
We did. We made Nick. We're like, you have to log on because, and I'm pretty sure there was like 30 or 40 people.
I know, but that was really exciting to have 30 or 40 people because we only had like 3,000 subscribers
Right.
or something when we started doing live streams.
Exactly.
But yeah, we were. I was like, no one's gonna show up. Nick, please go ask us questions.
Do you remember the question you asked?
Not off the top of my head.
I don't either. I don't remember it. But one of the very first of all, I'm going to answer this question right here. Derek Dvorchak, do tattoos and ranchers mix? I'm going to say yes, and so do earrings. And I have gotten so much crap over my earrings that I will never, ever take them out. Erin asked me, when you're 90 years old, are you going to have these stupid things in your face? And I said, yeah, I am.
At some point, you just might have to
I
take
might
them
have
out.
to, but I get so much crap over, you wouldn't believe it. So anyway, we started doing the live streams, which is very much like what we're doing now, a lot less complicated. I think we used our phones
Yeah, we used
to
our
start
phone,
with.
yeah.
And one of the very first live streams that we did featured a guy named Blake, who lives down by Cheyenne. And Blake is here today. Blake, do you want to come up here and join us for another live stream 2 years later?
He doesn't look excited.
He doesn't. Watch your step. You went the hardest way possible. What is up with that?
It's shorter.
No, this is a perfect, if you ever watch Blake's channel, the hardest way possible
It's the only way.
is the only way to do things. So obviously, the very first live stream we did, I think we did it from our phones
I remember that.
because we did a dual
Yeah.
live
Yeah,
stream.
we had 2 phones.
Yeah.
We had
We had
your
2
phone
phones
and Blake's phone,
tripods,
and
it was.
You were answering
entertaining.
questions. Yeah, it was interesting. I don't even remember what we talked about really.
Everything,
Everything.
anything and everything. I think I came up, I'd been there a couple of times by then. We'd worked on the tractor once. I hauled off some junk once.
He does that every once in a while. He comes up and takes something. Yeah. So what's been going on with you since then? Because I can tell you the truth. I don't watch a lot of YouTube just because I don't have time.
Blake doesn't post a lot of videos, so
Blake's been busy.
I mean,
think
not to
that's the
call
big
you
thing.
out, but
I've gotten behind, admittedly, but it's because we've been busy. We picked up a bunch of irrigated ground last year. This is our first year really operating on it. We're right in the middle of hay season right now, so we've been focused on that. We've sold a bunch of equipment. We've bought a little more equipment. If it could change, it pretty much has. So, I mean, the herd is growing. I actually had a meeting with the brand inspector this morning where we sold off one of the bulls that we're not keeping. Just busy.
Really quick,
Yeah.
we got a $20 super chat from Long Ash Cowboy. That is Steve Cameron. He is going to be at the Ranch Roundup. He'll be the guy with the cigar. You won't be able to miss him. Tell us the story of
Thank you, Steve.
your bull, because Blake texts me occasionally.
and if you watch Blake's Instagram stories, you see some funny stuff too.
Right, and you told me you were having trouble with a bull that
Yeah.
was infatuated with your neighbor's cows.
Right.
Right.
So we bought a Highland bull from some neighbors of ours. They were moving out of state. They were getting rid of him. It seemed like a good idea at the time, like most brilliant ideas do. So we bought him, we brought him home, and on the property at our house where we had him, we don't have any other cows. I've got 3 horses out there. He's the only bovine creature.
I have gotten the
In the
question
area.
that asked if a bull can mate with a horse. Do you want to answer that one?
Thankfully, he didn't try. Someone would have gotten hurt. But he was cool for about a week. We had him out in about 30 acres or so, and he just got bored. The neighbors had a pasture that backed up to ours. He would wander through the fence, and once he figured out how to get through the fence, it was over. He got out the first time, I put him back. The next day he was out, and then 3 hours later he was out, and then it just continued on until he disappears one day. I went and looked for him. I find him close to a half a mile away in a neighbor's field. That neighbor had cattle and bulls and other livestock. They had corralled him up, And by this point, I got home from work, I did everything else, I go to find him, it's 9:30 at night, I'm exhausted, I'm frustrated, I get over there. The neighbor comes out and he's just the nicest guy. Hey, we found your bull, whatever, I can bring him home tomorrow, you can leave him here. Do you just want to buy him?
He's here.
He goes, are you serious? I said, absolutely. So we met with the brand inspector this morning, and he's not my problem anymore.
Nice. I heard you were going to do the same thing with the Dodge. All right. So Blake is going to be, you're going to be there tomorrow, right, at the Ranch Roundup? So he'll be able to answer your questions. You can get your picture taken with Blake. What's coming up in your world?
The Dodge.
Can we blow it up like we do my hat?
If you want to pay for it, you
No, we got it back.
can run it off in coal mine. We'll jump it off the Bel Air.
There we go.
So we've got one truck.
If they
getting
liquidate,
sold.
we're buying a haul truck.
Do it. We got trucks getting sold. I got another one I'm in the middle of doing some pretty significant repairs on. We've got a tractor rebuild. This is, I talked about this on my channel probably a year ago. Haven't talked about it since. I have gotten a lot of questions about it, so I'll explain it now for your viewers and the people here.
Well, hopefully some of your viewers. How many people here subscribe to Blake's channel?
Oh, wow.
See,
yeah,
look at
look at
that.
all
See,
this.
so there are viewers here.
That's astonishing.
Yes, that is
Thank
very
you
cool.
all very much.
To interrupt, thank you, Anthony, for the $20 super chat. Much love from South Texas Cattle Company.
Very
Thank
cool.
you for being here, and thanks for the super chat, Anthony. Go
So,
back.
I have a 1948 Ford 8N tractor that my family purchased when I was 14 years old.
Oh, I think I need to make something really clear before we
do.
go do this. Brian said, Blake is the guy in Wyoming. Sounds like him anyway.
Yes.
So this is the same guy. Did you change your look lately, or?
Did I?
I don't know, maybe it's just the
I don't
camera.
think
I don't know. Anyway, yes, this is Guy in Wyoming. You can go to his
this
channel
is Guy in Wyoming.
and subscribe to his channel and check it out. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm going to do it about 8 more times, though,
That's
just to
fine,
let you
I'm
know.
here.
Okay.
I've got a 48 8N. Our family bought it when I was 14. We used it until it just literally could not be used anymore. It didn't even have enough compression to start. So last year I hauled it out here, and since I brought it out here, everybody has been asking me, hey, when are you starting on this? When are you fixing this? When are you rebuilding this? It's going into the shop as soon as I get back, so
Nice.
probably Sunday I'm pulling it in. I'm gonna start tearing it down, and we should have rebuild videos, a rebuild series on that thing up here in the next few weeks.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
I'm really excited.
That is very
It'll be
cool.
fun.
That is very cool. And it's, it's interesting. I mean, everybody's journey is different through life, but I think your YouTube journey has taken you all over the place. I mean, from what,
Yep.
when I first talked to Blake, Blake was like, I'm a rancher. And I said, well,
Right.
you're kind of a mechanic, aren't you?
Right.
So it kind of became, am I a mechanic or am I a rancher? And this philosophical thing, well, maybe I'm both.
A comment nailed it a few weeks ago, and I can't remember who said it. I wish I could, but they said your channel is, at least recently, probably 85% fixing stuff and 15% ranching, and that feels pretty accurate, to be quite honest.
Right.
I am a self-employed equipment service mechanic. That's what I do 8 days a week, pretty much, and then when I'm not doing that, I'm fixing our farm equipment, buying, trading, selling farm equipment, so yeah, it's a lot of mechanical
If you want to see,
stuff, but
if you
it's
want to
all-
see machinery on a trailer, this is the
I'm
channel to
your
watch.
guy.
Yeah, you can watch all kinds. If you want to see everything run on a trailer, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I saw the pickup was on a trailer the other day. Victoria's pickup was on a trailer.
Victoria came up here to visit her mom, blew the belt, the broken belt, shredded the radiator, so I came up with a trailer and hauled it back to Cheyenne. And
Nice.
waiting on a new radiator right now.
Awesome. There's a $10 super chat from JB Weld, who can't be here, but I'm sure he will be next year if we decide to do this again. Hi, Guy in Wyoming. Glad you made it to the chat.
Hi, JB Weld.
I'm glad you made it too. So, I don't know where to go with this. I mean, honestly,
Thanks for
it's
coming.
weird. It's like deja vu because we were here, not here, but sitting on our couch in our living room, and then seeing how much things have changed and how much stuff has grown. I mean, we've got Zach crawling around on the ground with a camera, and I think he's going to hurt himself here in a minute, maybe.
That's the crazy thing for me, like, you and I, you talked about how weird this is for you guys to be sitting in front of this crowd of people that all know you, and it's a really weird experience for me because I know you. I've known you guys for quite some time. and to see the community that you have built and what you guys have accomplished in such a really, really short period of time is absolutely incredible.
I owe it all to these guys and folks like these guys, because I still can't figure it out. And if I could put my finger on it, I would sell whatever it is. But it's something that these people, that people that watch the channel, that they connect to, and I don't know if it's me and Erin. It might just be that we have cute kids. That could be a huge part of it. But yeah, so that's how we got Matt. I mean, really. But they do, because you buy them candy.
What's wrong with you, man? He's paying the dental bills.
Matt and Nurse Tammy went and picked up the girls from school the other day, and Matt did ask me, can I get them some candy? Can we stop at the little store, and can I get them something? And Lincoln was in the car, and he wanted chocolate milk, and I'm like, yeah, you can get him something. But I said, treat them like they're your kids. And he's like, oh, I will. I was like, no, your kids, not your grandkids. So, but they came back with like full-size bags of candy. So.
Yeah, definitely.
But Grace looked at this guy too.
When the way your channel progressed and what it grew from was your video about buying a tractor on the internet. Is that it's funny.
You should do that again.
You should probably go do that again. You need a microphone here. Hold on. Look at that.
Look at me.
Look at that. We got production assistants, all kinds of things happening around here. This is insane.
I'm biting my tongue here because the comment I get more than anything on my channel is always regarding audio.
Oh, really?
So hey, look, I actually have one of these now. Anyway.
You went and bought a tractor off the internet.
I did.
Was that a smart idea?
The first time, no, but the second time, yes.
You bought 2 tractors off the internet?
I did.
Oh, well, see, I missed the second
that.
one. Yeah, I know.
No, I bought a New Holland sight unseen from the East Coast and didn't do all the proper background kind of work that I really should have done. I took a guy's word for way more than what I should have taken it for, and ended up with a tractor that I literally spent probably 10 times the man hours working on that I actually spent operating. So I would end up having it for...
Can we get the TV remote? Because it's going to turn off in 54 seconds.
Is that my warning?
That's like the blinking light. Wrap it up, man. The music's going to start playing here in a minute.
That was live.
I almost heard that. That's one.
Yeah, we bought the New Holland. It was a gigantic train wreck. It was just rode hard, put up wet, and never cared for. We would buy a John Deere from Texas a few months later. Same kind of deal online, not really seeing it in person, but we did a lot of things differently. We had it checked out by a dealer down there, and then we actually had somebody we know go down there to pick it up and bring it back. So that was a much, much better way of doing that.
I don't know what it is about YouTube, but it seems like videos that have to do with money,
Yeah.
they do well. They do. Our first video that we had that really picked up steam was the Costa Ranching video, and that was us. We talked about that video for a year. I want to do the video, but it was like, oh, do you put your checkbook for the whole world to see kind of thing? And we had to figure out a way to do it where it wouldn't be, here's my bank statement, just take a picture.
Yeah, it was hard. Like, how do you play that balance of, like, this is giving people an insight into what ranching and farming is really like, because a big part of it is how do I become a rancher financially, but then how do you keep some things private? It's pouring outside.
It is, yeah.
So anytime we do those cost of videos, it is, you have to play like a fine line between, like, this is how maybe a potential situation can work, but, like, obviously not share your complete bank account balance. So yeah.
Exactly. Well, Blake, thank you very much. I'll let you get back. You don't have a drink, do you?
No, I got coffee over here.
All right. There's a coffee bar back there, so feel free to fill up. Thank you very much,
Thanks, Blake.
Appreciate it. When you talk about...
Blake's channel is Guy in Wyoming. Somebody was asking.
Oh, yeah. Be sure to go to Guy in WY. I think, I'm not even... I don't want to take credit for this, but when we first met Blake, I thought his name was Guy.
Well, yeah, that's what his name
for
was.
the longest time. And when I first met him, and I think he had sent me an email and wanted to kind of do something together. And I said, I said, hey, Guy, how are you? Or something like that. My name's Blake. And I was like, really? Are you sure? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's like, okay. But yeah, so that relationship was one of the very first ones that we formed with fellow YouTuber. So as you progress through gaining more subscribers, which is the measurement of success on YouTube, which is kind of silly if you ask me, because I think it's more about the people that you reach and how you can affect their lives more than just reaching, a million people that, maybe watch every once in a while. If you can reach 1,000 people who take what you say and actually use it to change their lives, that makes a huge difference. So through this journey, JB Weld, $20 super chat, Matt Fensel and Biggin need drinks, do they? Matt, you need a drink?
No, I got that.
Okay, you're good. They're good, JB Weld. Thank you very much. As we progressed on, I thought it was important to meet people who had similar interests to ours, right? And through this journey, we've met folks like Andy Detweiler, the harmless farmer, who amazing guy that we've got a chance to know. Zach Johnson, Minnesota millennial farmer. Cody Creelman, Reed Flake, those type of people that we want to associate ourselves with. And Blake, you started us down that road, because honestly, I don't know if I ever would have said, hey, I need to reach out to these people if I wouldn't have known you. So thank you very much, Blake. We do appreciate it. Speaking of those guys, what do you have to say?
JB Weld, $20 super chat. Oh wait, you already
You just
did
read that one.
I'm sorry.
Are you even paying attention?
Yeah, I'm paying attention. There's a lot going on in
You
here.
need another drink.
Chivo Barres.
Did you just roll your eyes?
No, I did not.
This weekend, as we talk about changing lives and the people that we've been able to do this with, and Erin actually started a nonprofit here this year, and as a way to give back, with the success of our Wyoming Life, we wanted to do something different. And you don't see a whole lot of YouTubers doing this kind of thing. I mean, that's different. But we wanted to be able to give back even more. So Erin came up with an idea to start the Edible Prairie Project. That's kind of a mouthful, really. You guys could have come up with a shorter name.
Megan came up with the name. So Megan and I ran the farmers market for 5 years together. We were both really passionate about local food and using local food to fight food insecurity and creating equal access for all to local food. And so we decided to take the big scary leap and leave farmers market and to start our own nonprofit. We've done a lot of we've started businesses, we started a YouTube channel, but starting a nonprofit was probably one of the scarier things that we've done, but it's up and running. And
You thirsty?
Yes, thirsty, dehydrated. So yeah, Edible Prairie Project is up and running. We're still waiting on our determination letter from the IRS, but we've received communication, so we're making progress. And we've had a fundraiser. We're doing weekly produce baskets, and we're having a silent auction tomorrow at Ranch Roundup.
Yeah, and the silent auction is to benefit the Edible Prairie Project. What is your mission with the Edible Prairie Project? Because I'm still somewhat confused by it.
To create a fair and just and thriving local food economy that creates equitable access for all. But that's not the official mission statement. The mission statement's long. You can go to edibleprairieproject.org to learn more about Edible Prairie Project, or we're on Facebook.
Right, and a lot of that is about taking food that producers create locally and getting it to the people that need that food.
And helping producers scale up. So I'm very fortunate because I've been being a market farmer for 10 years. I've scaled up and I have great tools like the BCS and I have high tunnels, but when you're first starting, it's intimidating, it's overwhelming, it's hard to grow food in Northeast Wyoming, so we want to provide a lot of producer support and knowledge and workshops and things like a tool share, and so we have a lot of ideas. A retail store similar to my farm store where producers from all over Northeast Wyoming can place their products, and we have a lot of plans, so.
Yeah. One of the things that you're going to get tired of hearing me talk about is the silent auction that's happening this weekend at the ranch. We do have some very cool things in there from the folks at Michelin. They have actually given us $1,000 towards the purchase of tires. You can bid for that in the silent auction. Some other cool things coming from other YouTubers, and I need to get Blake in on this too, I think, because Cody Creelman and Zach Johnson, Cody Creelman, the Cody Creelman Calvette, who you've seen on live streams with us, and Zach Johnson from the Minnesota Millennial Farmer, who really doesn't need us, but he was on our live stream also.
Nice enough to be on our live stream.
They have both donated phone calls with those guys that you can bid for during the silent auction. So you can actually have Zach Johnson give you a call. You can talk to him about whatever you want for 10 minutes. Cody Creelman, you can wait until you have a cow problem and get a 10-minute consult, which I do honestly all the time. I call Cody and I'm like, hey, this cow's kind of looking a little funny. I'm going to send you some pictures, so you can do the same thing. So
Well, they're not going to give you their phone number.
No, they're not. But they'll call you and you can talk to them about whatever you'd like. So that's some of the silent. What else do we have up in the silent auction this weekend?
We have some hats. We have
Stetson did send some hats. Yep.
We've got a lamb package from a local lamb producer, from Eric and Kelly Barlow, Gourmet Lamb of Wyoming, and we have a beef package from us, pork package from us. We've got some local art, and all
I didn't mean to check my phone, but Zach is watching. Zach and Cody are watching, so can we give those guys?
They are?
Yeah. A round of applause for donating what they have to the Edible Parade Project.
And you have something in the silent auction too.
I do, and I'm kind of interested to see how this is going to go, but my contribution to the silent auction is that I'll record your voicemail on your phone. If you're like my mom, who has never, and she's never set up her voicemail, so if she doesn't answer the phone, it's just like, this user has not set up their voicemail yet. I will set up your voicemail and I'll record your voicemail for you.
Are you going to say, this is our Wyoming Life?
I think it's going to be something along the lines of, hi, this is Mike from our Wyoming Life. You've reached whoever. They're not available right now, but while you're waiting for them to call you back, why don't you go on YouTube and watch some of our videos? So I think that'll work. Thank you, Gaither Locksmithing, for a $2 super chat. We were talking to Blake about videos that surprise you. And we've had a few of those that when I produce videos, I'm up in the middle of the night half the time producing videos, and by 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm really not sure if it's a good video or not by that time. So I put it out. It's up to you guys to decide if it's a good video or not. And we've had some of those videos that I'm like, oh, I'm just not too sure about this. This is a little off. This is something we wouldn't normally do. And one video that we did that was way off was one that we did with the hunters last October. We don't have much singing on our channel. In fact, Erin refuses to sing, but somehow...
I said if we got to 1 million by Ranch Roundup, you guys missed it.
Yeah, we missed out on that one. Somehow, along the line, I ended up getting 1,500 pounds of hunters to sing the Brady Bunch theme for us
See, there's
on
only 6
camera.
of them. You're like really generous in the weight estimation there.
Sure. I don't even know how much Bob weighs. He might actually tip the scale at that himself. I don't know. But I would like to invite the hunters up here with us. Okay, now come on up.
Come on, Hunter.
Come on up, guys. They're just going to stand back there. Look at them. Aw.
Come on, guys. Come on up.
Come on up here. We got chairs for you right here. They're nice and warm.
I might break it, yeah.
Come on and have a seat.
Come on and have a seat.
That was aimed at him, not you, honey.
One of the great things about these guys is they can take a joke, I think.
At least most of the time. I don't know, it takes a long time to get past.
Hold that somewhere in the middle, maybe.
There you go, buddy. No, I'm good.
Are you gonna fit?
Sit down, Skinny.
It is a little bright up here, isn't it?
Quick exit seat here.
Quick exit. Our videos average about 10 minutes long. It's never long enough to really bring what the people that we meet, the things that happen in our lifetime. A lot of times I get the comment that says, boy, you sure made that look easy. And I'm like, yeah, because I edited it down to 10 minutes. I was out there for a day and a half trying to get that cow to go through that gate. Sometimes that's good, because nobody wants to watch me chase around a cow for 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah, we do.
But the bad part about it is that when you guys watch a 10-minute video, you don't get to meet some of the people that we get to meet, including Matt and Dave and Nurse Tammy, and even Blake to an extent, even though you can go to his channel and learn probably way more than you ever wanted to know about Blake. But these guys are a good example that this is the fourth year. This will be the fourth year that these guys have come out and hunted on the ranch. And a lot of stuff that happens, I mean, we don't have cameras out for. The Brady Bunch theme was something that I'm glad that you guys did. But a lot of stuff happens.
Give us a chance. We didn't have no choice.
You had a choice,
You
didn't
did
you?
not. You said you ever want to hunt here again, you better say
So
If you take off your hat, the horns will show. So
they will. Actually, if I take off my hat, the glare becomes stupendous and the people tune out.
Not like
Oh man, look at this. What do you got underneath there?
I got plenty, but
Yeah, okay.
Hey, the difference is it's a solar panel for a sex machine. That's nothing.
that's not what she said.
By the way, the plugs are coming in very nicely.
Sponsored by Michelin.
There has been a few things that happened on the ranch that I wish we would have had on film. This is not the whole hunting crew. Usually we have the two Justins with them, and one Justin, I should introduce everybody here actually. So this is Ron, Bob, Greg, and Butch down there at the end, but sometimes he goes by a lot of other names.
As long as they don't call me late to dinner.
Yep.
Depends on what authority's looking for him.
They also bring the Justins, which one of them is Ron's son, and then the other one is Greg's son. And one of the things that happened on the ranch that really, I really wish I would have had a camera for was I was in town. You guys were out hunting. And, okay, first of all, when you have somebody come and hunt on your land, you're giving somebody permission to walk around your backyard with a gun. So we do really trust who we have out, and we do have somewhat of a vetting procedure. Wow.
That's thunder.
Where we can make sure that these guys are actually halfway reputable. But
We do?
we do. Yeah, I try to anyway. I was in town, and I think I got a phone call from Bob, and Bob says there's trespassers on the ranch. There was poachers on the ranch.
They were carrying a gun.
They were. There was a poacher there. I'm in town, so I turned around and I said, okay, I'm on my way home. A lot of these guys have law enforcement backgrounds, that kind of thing, so it was very much like they were going to take care of it. Do you want to finish telling your end of the story here?
Yeah, we just said, don't get in a wreck coming out because I'm going to go approach this guy, and if he's trespassing and poaching, I'll hold him until the authorities get there. And
I think you said something about like pinning him down and chaining him up or something. Something that would just,
listen, statute of limitations ain't gone by yet. So chill out. So yeah, we were going to make sure, we're going to let him know he shouldn't be on the property in a gentle, not so gentle way, but, and hold him until you got here so you could get the glory. We can go hunting. Go ahead, finish it now.
Who'd you find?
Who did you find out there?
My nephew Justin, his boy Justin. I mean, I was after him. I was going to get that little sucker for trespassing. And man, I went down in the coulee, and it was like rat patrol. I was after him. And when I come up out of that coulee, he's not 20 yards from me, and he goes, "Hey, Uncle Bob." I can't say what I told him or what I said, but y'all seen that the hunting video, right? Where Mike interviewed all of us? Yes. And you see what Justin's name, tall, skinny Justin's name was. There was trespassing poacher impersonator. That's one of the names that Mike gave him.
Now you guys split up at some point while you were hunting.
Yeah, we did.
So you didn't keep track of each other. Justin dropped his radio somewhere.
Well, he dropped his radio, he dropped his
backpack.
He dropped his backpack, he dropped his jacket, and changed his shirt and everything. And it's like,
So he was
"Hey,
trying to get
guy?
this.
Who is that guy?"
It basically sounds like he was trying to mess with you guys.
No, he was stalking an antelope through the coulees without any note. We didn't know. He was over that little coulee right there when we saw him, and he's laying on his belly, waiting for him to walk this way, and then next thing you know, there's a poacher out there. So we thought, and
It's a good thing you didn't shoot him.
it had crossed our mind.
That was after they found out it was Justin, too, so oddly enough,
That made it even more tempting.
yeah, very much
He
so.
was told to trespass every year because that dinner ticket he paid for that was not cheap.
There you go. One of the other things that we do each year with these guys is the first day that they're out here for the hunting season, they invite us into their hotel where we eat last year's antelope, I'm guessing.
Yeah, correct,
Right.
exactly.
Unless you guys hit something on the highway on the way up here, it's last year's antelope.
We'll just leave it at antelope.
It's last year.
Okay, so it's,
Confirm nor deny that.
so we usually have some antelope the first night you guys are up here, and Erin's not a huge fan of antelope or any type of venison, so what started after
I like
that,
beef.
right, was Erin said, okay, you guys, we'll go and eat, your antelope, but the next day, I'm going to come to the hotel and we're going to eat real meat. So we have a beef cookout the very next day. That was Erin's words, not mine. But
You always ate that now. How come you didn't say something?
I eat it. It's not my favorite thing. I like beef.
Why didn't you say I don't really like antelope? Because then we
I'm
would have said,
nice.
I'm very sorry, shut up and eat.
I eat your stupid antelope,
Now
okay?
you did.
It's
Just-
your antelope.
it is technically, well,
I
actually,
will
it belongs to the
serve,
state.
I'll serve
but-
you
so
filet
guys get it.
mignon this year if you'll bring a carrot cake.
I'll bring you carrot cake.
How many people are here just for the carrot cake and could really give a crap about anything else? Yeah. Thank you, JB Weld, for the $50 super chat. The Hunter Bunch needs more drinks. They're wanting to get
They're
out of here
working on it.
probably to do that.
JB Weld, you just went up the Christmas list, brother.
The cool thing about having the hunters out, are those prescription?
Yes.
Okay. Really?
He couldn't see Justin. We all knew.
Yeah.
Guys, little Justin.
leave me hanging.
He's 6'4".
That's funny.
That was a good one there.
The hunters really do remind me of the community that we built on YouTube. Before we ever started YouTube, you guys were coming out, and it was just like an instant connection that we made to you guys, and that you guys made to us and our family. And I really do feel like when I'm making a video and I'm thinking about who's watching that video, I've been to these conferences and I've been to these different classes and stuff like that, and they always say that you need to picture who's watching. There's a fly in here. They always say that you need to picture who's watching your video, and I can tell you 9 times out of 10 it's usually these guys, because I look at the relationship that we form with them very much like the relationship that we form with subscribers and people that we've never met. So a lot of times when somebody like JB Weld comments during a live stream, I'm reading it in Bob's voice. It's kind of that.
Do you remember when Bob didn't know how to chat, and so he'd text you
He would text me
questions?
during live stream. I don't know how to use that damn YouTube. I'm just going to text you. So yeah, my phone will be blowing up, and then I'd look at it after the live stream. I'm like, Bob, really?
Up, you dial the number and talk to them.
With the big old rotary phone, right? You hated people with 9s in their numbers. You had to go around and around and around.
Thank you, Susan Chambly, for the $49.99. I couldn't agree with you more, JB.
What did you? Oh, with the hunters need another drink.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Thank you for the super chats.
Thank you very much. So yeah, the relationships that we form with these guys very much translates to the relationships that the channel, and I honestly do believe that our Wyoming Life has really kind of grown bigger than just Erin and I. It's grown into EPP, and it's grown into helping other farmers and ranchers, which honestly, I don't even know if I'm qualified to do, because I didn't ever start out to make a how-to channel. I could never do that. But giving people the confidence and that kind of thing to be able to go out and do it themselves, I think that's what...
Exposing people to agriculture, or encouraging people to be more involved in agriculture, or maybe even take that first step and get a chicken or get some cows. I think that part.
Did you just text me?
I don't remember what you taught me.
That's definitely something that we didn't ever think that would happen, and that we would have such an impact, but
Yeah.
the impact's right here in the room with us. So
And it's even with these guys.
I think you underestimate your reach too, because you hit a milestone of 100,000 plus, and you're at 104,000 now. But I think what I was really surprised by when I looked at how many views you've had, and you've had 1,400,000+
in the last 30 days.
in the last 30 days.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you have no idea.
Well, you guys don't have to applaud that.
Worldwide, not
Worldwide.
That's a great point. Yep.
Who you're touching out there.
You never know who's watching.
Yeah.
No doubt.
That's right.
So mind your P's and Q's this year for our hunter
Well,
video.
we all want to feel wanted, and I think we're doing a good job of doing that.
We have to do one every year now, because if I don't do one, somebody will send me an email, guaranteed.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to tell my agent just to back off a little bit. Okay, what I want to say though is I remember back when you were throwing ideas out at us, when you were just brainstorming doing this, our Wyoming Life. I remember seeing excitement in your face. I remember seeing fear in your face and eyes, and us telling you as a group that, you know, we'll support you 100%, no matter which way you want to go and what you want to do. I hope we've lived up and kept our word. I cannot remember. I was either subscriber number 35 or subscriber number 53. I know it had a 3 and a 5.
Did you have your glasses on?
Hey, JB, if I had another drink, I'd know what the hell one it was. But anyhow, doing that, watching this thing grow and having such a tiny, tiny little part in it, it's really cool, man. It's a great feeling to know that you allowed us and asked us to be a part of something that was brand new, that you didn't know would work or fail, and we all knew would be a success because of the people that you and Erin are. You cannot be a success if you continue to be humble, just yourselves, and down to earth and not phony. And we see plenty of phony videos on YouTube every day. So I just want to say, from my heart to yours, congratulations. You've done fantastic. You're going to continue to do fantastic. And let's talk about these videos, you know, so see if we have a little input as to whether or not we're going to do them. So, I don't know.
What do you want on the payroll or something?
Well, I kind of think I am. Oh, no, I bought these drinks. Shit. No, not at all. We love you guys, your family, and we support you 100%. And Erin, I mean it. On the night before opener, you'll have steak. The rest of us will have antelope, and you're going to bring a cake.
I'll eat your antelope.
No, you're going to have steak
I
because
can
I want
eat
cake.
antelope once a year.
Trust me, I'm going to have filet mignon. She's better. Now, y'all heard it. And I don't mean the cake you feed the cows.
Oh, yeah, see?
Yeah. All
We,
Doesn't taste very good.
I remember when you guys were first out, and I think I came to you guys and said, I'm going to make a video while you guys are here. I didn't really want to do the traditional, you know, outfitter type thing where you go out with the guys and they're hunting and that kind of thing. I really did want to make a video about the camaraderie that forms between landowners and hunters, and how they can work together and stuff like that. Because we all hear horror stories about, oh, I let this guy hunt on my land and he burned cookies out in my my wheat field or whatever he did.
Thank you, JB Weld, for the $10 super chat.
What you trying to see?
Take armchair. Do you guys want Armchair Rancher to come hunting next year?
Oh, the armchair ranch.
You got pick of the date, partner. Wherever you are.
We'll have to check with his mom.
Is he going to wear his jammies?
Oh, I hope so.
If they're blaze orange, knock yourself out. Otherwise, no.
So as I let these guys go, I really want to tell you that I think I talked to Bob only a couple months ago. When we were planning the ranch roundup, I really didn't tell them and say, I didn't even invite you guys, because I honestly said you guys are going to be up here in October anyway. So I'm not going to say, hey, you guys should come up for ranch roundup and burn vacation time, or I don't even know if you guys have real jobs or how this works now. I know you're retired. Yeah, you're retired. Yeah. Greg runs his own business, and I'm not really sure what he does. He won't tell you.
Pay your taxes. That's how I get paid.
So I think I ended up talking to Bob, and I think I brought up the ranch roundup, and I think we got off the phone. You called me back a half an hour later or something like that and said we'll be there.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. It's not that they're here, but they're watching videos. It's the support that I feel from you guys, and I really do appreciate it. And I thank you guys for coming up here, and I don't know if you left your bottle back there or not, but I'm sure it's in good hands. Maybe. I don't know. It might be gone.
I saw somebody running that way.
guys go.
But these guys will be at the Ranch Roundup tomorrow. You'll get a chance to hang out with them and talk to them, and I hope that they enjoy themselves while you're here.
Already are.
All right. Thank you very much,
Thanks,
guys. We
guys.
do appreciate it.
Oh, you don't have to sing? Okay.
You don't have no singing tonight.
I'm sweating through the lyrics here.
Do you have the lyrics in your hat? Really?
Yeah, we brought them along.
Yeah, we did
You
revise them a
suckered me
little
into it, said we were singing.
You guys really?
Tomorrow you're
We can do
singing.
that tomorrow.
We can do that. These guys all have the lyrics to their song inside their hats. That's funny.
Mike Wilder, there was this $20 super chat. He said, how about a tune to Gilligan's Island this year?
Ooh, yeah. See, that would work. Also,
Thank
Susan Chambly, I'm with JB on the Armchair Rancher to go hunting. And Adventure Roads, my last vid on dairy, still selling bottled milk. Congrats on your $100,000. Or $100,000. $100,000. I'm done. I'm going. 100,000K. You're inspirational to farmers and ranchers.
Thank you.
We didn't really start out to do that. If you've heard, we started out to make videos that would help us at farmers
It's
market.
like, let's sell some steaks.
Yeah,
Like,
let's show
that's
people,
what we wanted to
local
do.
people, what we do, and it ended up growing into this. So we do thank you guys for that. Obviously, it's not what you expected.
No.
When Erin will tell you this story, but I think when we started YouTube, I said I need to buy a GoPro, and then we'll be good to see for rolls. There's an eye roll right there for you, Matt. I said we need.
That is a good reason for an eye roll.
Yeah, that one counts. We bought a GoPro. The first video we did with the GoPro, the first few we did with the GoPro, but things have expanded from there, and that of course is thanks to you guys. You guys that watch videos, watch the commercials. That the commercial, I hate them too, but you watch them, and that's the way.
We pay
that's
for
how
YouTube Premium or whatever it is, so we don't get commercials.
Yeah, we don't have to watch the commercials, but that's the way that we've been expanding this, and when we do that kind of thing, when we get a drone or I crash a drone, that's so that we can continue to bring you guys better and better programming, because we think you guys deserve it too. So it's fun to do. What do you have coming up? Anything this fall, or any big projects? So that's what I always get. What's the big project, or the project list, which by the way has been very seriously slacking due to
The project list is full of things that need to happen.
Yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. Yeah, I mean, I think we'll just get back into the swing of things of regular ranching now that we're coming to the end of summer. Frost is going to happen here, unfortunately, before we know it. And yeah, I mean, going to close out the gardens. I've got stuff planted for winter. Yeah, I mean, we're just going to get back into the routine. The kids are back in school. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't have any big, I say no more construction projects.
We always say that every year, no construction
No.
projects, but that never happens.
Yeah.
So a big part of our Wyoming life is also our friends, who we've grown friends across the U.S., of course, through this project. But it all started here at home, and a couple of the very first people we ever told about doing the YouTube thing looked at us like we were insane. And I'm not quite sure they still don't think the same thing.
I'm sure they do.
And that would be Matt and Stephanie. Can you guys want to, or Matt and Stephanie, Nick and Stephanie, looking right at Matt, Nick and Stephanie. Can you guys come up here? Come on up here.
Hi, Matt. How are you doing?
Hey, Matt, how's it going? Have a seat. Nick's a pretty loud guy. I don't know if he'll need this or not, but you might.
I don't.
So.
No, he doesn't need that.
You need this.
Microphone.
It was, I don't even know what it was, but I think we had already started the channel when we started talking to you
We
guys.
didn't tell anybody. I mean, we just put up a video. And,
Right.
And
No, I think it was you guys posted a video and like a week later, like, hey, check us out on YouTube. Matt's waving.
Nick's hat is sort of called balance off on the undefeated. If you remove his hat.
Nice try, Matt.
Nick has some gorgeous hair underneath that hat.
If you come tomorrow, you might just see it.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's just the way that works.
Yeah.
So anyway, go on with your story before you're so rudely interrupted.
Yeah, Matt's over there like waving. I know, it was like a week later and you're like, hey, we did a video, go check it out. And we watched it and we're like, wow, that's awesome.
Actually, pretty good.
Yeah. we were probably subscriber number 36.
Do you know that
right behind the
Nick
hunters?
always watches YouTube videos in his internet browser, and instead of using the YouTube app, like, how do you do that?
Every time.
Like, just use the YouTube app.
I don't know, Google, you type the thing in and blam, it's just done. It works. I don't know.
And he gets mad when it says, do you want to open in the app?
No! I want to do it my way. I'm that way. That's the way it is.
So was there a point where you guys kind of said, hey, maybe this is, I think I've asked you before, did you guys think we were a little weird for doing it?
Oh, I know you're still weird, but
This is weird. All these people are here.
I know. This is weird.
you guys not for us.
I'm pretty sure that for a long time, Nick thought that YouTube was a web page that we made, that we were just changing the subscriber number on every once in a while. So when he'd go, look, we have 30,000 subscribers, and he'd say, yeah, good for you guys. Keep on clicking that over.
Because we live right down the road from you, so it's not like I might catch every 10th video, and oh, cool. They're still on DV. Yes. It's like, I want to know something about the ranch. I just drive down there and text Mike, so.
It's more like, hey, we need something. So come down.
That's usually me calling him. I need something.
We need garbage cans.
We need garbage cans. Yeah.
Put that on my hand.
The odd thing about having friends and having you guys watch, which you guys don't watch a lot really, which doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
Because
It's kind of one of those things, if I want to know what's going on, I just call you up and go, hey, what's happening?
Right, because what happened was when these guys were watching religiously, we had nothing to talk about. We'd
go to their house and they would be like, we'd stare at each other.
Cool carpet, bro.
Or I'd start to say something and Nick would go, yeah, I saw the video. Yeah, we saw that. We're good. Yeah, we're moving on. So tomorrow, during the ranch roundup, you guys will be able to park down by the hay field, and what we're going to do or the hay yard. We have a hay ride. So many times I can work the word hay into one sentence. Hay, where Nick will be on the back of a trailer with you on a hay ride, and he is going to basically bring you onto the ranch in probably a way that only Nick can. Do you have any plans for this whole process?
Not really. We're just going to kind of fake it till we make it, so it'll be all right.
Works great.
Bring dry socks and who knows what might happen.
Yeah. I think last time I heard you wanted to have a squirt gun on the trailer.
Don't give away Nick's secrets.
Well,
hand out garbage bags before people get there. Maybe, I don't know. It's going to be hot tomorrow, so
Will be hot.
It'll be a shocking experience. See somebody say, "Yeah, maybe we'll just do that." Yeah. Nick is actually an electrician, and that's how I met Nick. Nick worked for another electrician here in town. We had some issues going on the ranch, and Gilbert was still alive at the time. Yep. And I had Nick come out to take a look at a few things, and while I was talking to Nick, like the great employee he was like, I hate this company I work for, and I'm going to start my own business. And I was like, okay.
A week later, he comes out with a business card, and Gilbert was actually in the hospital, and you're like, that electrician guy came out, and I was like, okay, then we had some more issues, and Gilbert was in the hospital, and then we went through all that craziness, and then that electrician guy and his wife and his kid they just kept coming over.
It's like, I need work. What do you need done?
get rid of us.
And I'd be like, you're a master electrician, right? Can you plug in that extension cord for me? And then he'd send me a bill for $150. It was awesome.
And you guys played along great. So
and there was a lot of electrical work that needed to be done, and that Gilbert had really put off. We had overhead lines. There was a lot of stuff that you did those first couple of years, and we became great friends, and we.
Well, I think that was the year that you had Snowball. Remember Snowball?
Yeah.
We did have Snowball.
So
Snowball was a bum calf that we had.
Yeah, and Lainey, our daughter, was 4 at the time.
She was going into kindergarten, I think.
Yeah, so she actually got to go name the calf. Yeah.
We only had Mackenzie,
and she was 1. She was a little tiny thing. Yeah.
It's a whole different world back then, and things have changed so much as you guys have obviously gotten older. If you really want to kick, though, I'm going to tell you this right now. You got to ask if you do get a chance to talk to either one of these guys tomorrow, just ask Stephanie to see their wedding picture. Because I wish I had a picture to throw it up, because they got married at recess, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it was first recess, but if you see their wedding picture, it still blows me away. I can't even walk in your house without I gotta blind myself from that. They're so young, and I waited until I was old to get married. So,
we were babies. We've been married 20 years this year, And yeah, I'm pretty sure. Thank you. And and we look at our own picture and go, holy cow.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys, and I thank you for all your help that you've done in getting ready for the Ranch Roundup too. Obviously, Nick's been out doing electrical work for me every other day because I'm like, hey, this isn't working. And he'll come out at 8 o'clock in the morning. Well, I got real work to do, but I guess I'll come out and look at your stupid breaker. And
Your fuse is not working.
yeah, exactly. So thank you very much, guys, and I hope you guys get a chance to hang out with them tomorrow. They are a lot of fun. They're a reason that they're a couple of our best friends and people that we can count on, and I hope that you guys can count on while you're here too. So thank you very much, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right, so we're going to get into a few questions. There is a microphone set up. If you do have a question, feel free to line up at the microphone. Warning, you will probably be on camera, but if you do have a question, you can always ask that question live right here. And I do have some questions that have been pre-submitted.
Yeah, previously
Yeah, exactly. First, I want to...
Oh, wait. Thank you, JB Weld, $10. Nick and Steph need a drink.
Yeah, did you
Go
guys
visit
get a
the
drink?
hunters.
Yep. First of all, I want to recognize the Buckler family. They have traveled the farthest. They are here from Saskatchewan, Canada. What town are you guys from?
From Regina.
Oh, okay, Regina, yeah, in Saskatchewan. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
I heard a rumor that you guys drove straight through. Did you no stopping? How many of you guys have driver's license?
15 minutes.
For 15 minutes.
We left this morning.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Wow. And how many hours was the drive?
8.
8-hour drive.
That's it? That's not
That's
our
it?
furthest?
That's it?
Tammy's from North Carolina. Who gave you this information? Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now you got it. Oh, the crowd is in uproar. And that's from Nick.
That's from Nick.
Yeah. So
Nick's over here just dying.
So Nick's just. So we apparently this just opens up a whole thing where I can tell a story about Nick. Who I should have told this while you're up there. I wish I would have saw this. The question is, Mike, have you ever seen a grown man naked? And I can tell you, a few years ago, I turned 40, and we went out for my birthday.
Yep.
It was me and Stephanie, Nick and you, or me and you and Nick and Stephanie, or whoever was in the car. And
some other friends.
And some other
too,
friends
yeah.
went out with us, and we.
You're gonna start rumors about why we go
I know,
on
right?
vacation and stuff like.
So anyway, Nick ended up drinking just a little bit too much, which
One too many.
one too many.
One.
And
First hour. That's another.
Stephanie was driving in her car. Nick got sick in his own car on my birthday, which really took the wind out of my sails. Really, I thought I deserved more, but
It'll be Nick's birthday soon.
yes, it will. So we got to Nick's house, and Nick went straight into the house. I don't know why I followed him.
Because
Apparently,
he was a drunk mess.
Without hurting himself.
yeah, that's what it was.
And he'd been missing in the parking lot for 20 minutes before we could go back to his house.
Right, yeah, we couldn't find him. He was passed out in the back of the car. This is a great story for kids, by the way. Feel free to share this. So I ended up following Nick into the house, who, covered in his own vomit, decided he was just going to go straight to bed, which I figured, me being the logical thinker that I am, was probably a bad idea. So I veered him towards the shower, which was even a worse idea. Because then I didn't know what to do. I was like, okay, now we're in a weird spot here as friends. I turned on the shower, getting weirder. But yeah, I guess, the friendships that we form. And helped Nick into the shower, sans clothing. Then I split. I ran. I had to go. But I did tell Stephanie that she owes me for the rest of her life. The fact that I told her, I said, she was out there cleaning up puke in the car.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, at least you don't have to sleep in it. So I saved her for that one. So that, yes, I have seen a grown man naked. Long story short, yes, a few times. So thank you very much, Susan, for another super chat, $15 super chat. I need another drink. No, I don't. Probably not.
You had a few before we started.
I did. I don't have any other questions.
Who else in the room has a question? Is Anybody brave enough?
Anybody brave enough to step up and, if nobody is, I'm going to talk about Michelin for just a second then. Michelin.
Make your way to the microphone if you'd like to ask a
Or
question.
write it down on a piece of paper, hand it to Nurse Tammy there, and we'll be sure to answer it for you. And then we'll get to some questions here online, because there's been a few that I've missed. Michelin is one of our newest sponsors on the channel. Now, we don't really have sponsors. We have partnerships. You've heard me say that before. But it's about bringing our message to people and also teaming up with people who want to spread that same message. And Michelin Agriculture is a division that we've teamed up with that has been hugely helpful in getting that message across through their social media and how they can help us get our message across, but we can also share theirs as well. You think Michelin, you think tires, and really what Michelin is all about is people. Their mission statement is, their core value is respect for people, and they're not just talking about their employees, but they're talking about those in their communities as well. And when they decided to team up with us, they got all you guys. Whether you're Michelin, purchasers or customers, whether you're Michelin customers or not, you are a part of their community now because they're a part of ours. So we are going to be able to bring you programming that's also that Michelin's going to help us with, that can show you the importance of tires, how much difference it can make in tractors, things like that, but also how much Michelin does care about their community. They gave $1,000 to Edible Prairie Project, which is a small, just started nonprofit right here in Gillette, Wyoming. So, I mean,
that's exciting.
That is amazing.
When you told me what they were donating for silent auction, I was blown away, because I was thinking we'd get some merchandise or something small, or maybe like 25% off for a set of 4 tires. I was not expecting essentially a full set of tires for people to be able to bid on. So
exactly,
that's amazing.
And they're also sponsoring the Ranch Roundup. As you can imagine, and I had a few emails and comments about this when they saw that we had tickets for sale for $25 a pop. And they were like, you can't be making any money on this. You're selling tickets for $25. I mean, people are going to eat $25 in your beef, and you will be eating beef and pork right off the ranch and vegetables right out of the gardens tomorrow. And it became Michelin who stepped forward and said, we'd like to supplement that and be able to pick up the difference. And we want people to be able to come and experience the ranch life and experience what you guys are about. So we'll pick up that difference. So yeah, everything that we've had going on from people have been here. Matt and Dave, they've been here for over a week, cleaning and getting ready and having me bark orders at them. And they're like, oh, I don't care. And but it's amazing what the community can do, and I'm very proud to have Michelin as part of that community. So thank you very much, Michelin, for everything you've done. You have a question?
Hi, good evening.
Hello.
Terry Frank from Virginia. Yay. Go Hokies. I have a couple questions.
Okay.
Want to know about, I haven't heard anything lately about the cookbook. No pressure. Also, the Airbnb survey, I don't remember hearing results about that we did. And the final decision on that. And I'm also very glad you're in business, what you're doing, because I'm really glad to be high on the food chain.
Awesome.
Cookbook.
That's your thing.
Yeah. So I started it.
I could write a cookbook, but it'd be nobody.
I mean, honestly, I became completely overwhelmed with it. I'm not a cookbook writer. It's something I need some help with. I need to build a team that will help me write a cookbook, because I can write recipes, but I'm not a great book writer, and they kind of have to go together. So, and I thought I would have more time in the winter. I don't have a lot of time in the winter, even with not having, we garden year round. The kids are obviously getting busier the older they get. It's something I still want to do. There is no publishing date as of right now. So.
One thing we've talked about doing, and if you don't sign up for the Herd Report, I encourage you to go to our website and sign up for it, is we've talked about starting to put recipes just into the Herd Report and being able to share those with folks. And just, that kind of doing it that way and maybe kind of inching our way into it, and then you build up that database, and then, then maybe we could do something with publishing, that type of thing. But I mean, really, it's just another thing on top of everything else. And
Yeah.
it's just like the Airbnb. I couldn't tell you the results of the survey right off the top of my head, but we have a house on the ranch that was originally the homestead house that's been added onto, and a bathroom has been put on it, and all that kind of stuff. And we talked about renting it out as like an Airbnb. One of the problems that we ran into, even through the survey and getting people's opinion on it, was that if they stayed in the Airbnb, they would want to hang out with us while they're doing that. And, there's only so many hours in the day.
I mean, which is completely understandable, but yeah, there's just we only have so much time. And when we went, like the farm store was closed this last couple of days, we had to turn some customers away. Somebody wanted to stop by, like if people are coming through and they message us on Facebook, like stop by the ranch. We had to turn somebody away today because we just didn't, there's just, so, and the survey, it's funny when we do surveys, I always tell you that you need to do like less questions and less options because literally every answer gets selected. And so it is very, like the survey, I do remember looking at the final results and it was all very close. Like there was not like one clear winner of like what we should do. And then Matt and Tammy stayed in it while they were here last month helping during haying. Matt and Tammy, Dave and Tammy.
See, you do it too. I'm not the only one.
And now all the Fensel crew is staying in it from Chicago. So it's been a great tool for us to have as we have these people that are coming to the ranch to help us. We still want to provide something available for all of our subscribers to get to stay. We're still trying to figure out what exactly that looks like. But it's not, I can tell you this, it's not going to be available 7 days a week. Like it's going to be available on a pretty limited basis.
Yeah.
So,
It's an interesting problem to have because you don't want a house to sit empty, number one. But the other option that we've had is actually having the Edible Prairie Project use the house as sort of like a project center. So where they can, put together baskets and be able to have programs and even do like cooking classes and stuff inside the house for people that want to learn how to cook with kohlrabi or whatever, And so, I mean, there's lots of different options there. We're just trying to figure it out as we go.
figure it out, yep.
Did you have a third question? Because I don't remember what it was.
No, you got them all.
Okay.
Thank you so
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us tonight. It was so good.
Thank you. Somebody asked where we sign up for the Owl Burger Challenge. Am I missing something, Matt?
The what?
The Owl Burger Challenge? No?
Erin will give you an owl challenge coin if you eat her 1 pound owl burger. We don't have challenge coins.
No. I'd like to have challenge coins, but... Any other
of
questions before we wrap things up for the night and I actually get to come out and stop sweating? Because these lights are hot.
Stretch what?
Stretch what?
The light show, we're all here now.
Oh, we got another question.
Okay, we got another question. Hello, what's your name?
Maria.
Maria,
Hi,
how are you?
Hi, Kyle. It's my son in Illinois. And hi, Martin. Anyway, what kind of grass do you guys grow for forage out here?
So a lot of times it's just whatever we can grow. I mean, really.
Yeah.
I mean, we plant a huge variety. One of the stories that we always tell people is that a few years ago we reseeded 250 acres, and we reseeded that in needlegrass, brome, and just regular wheatgrass.
And alfalfa,
And
like
we-
10%, 10 to 12% alfalfa.
Right. And one of the things we end up having to do is have a mixture because we never know what we're going to have year to year. So if we plant a wide variety of like a pasture blend type of thing, and then we can have, hopefully something comes out of it each year. The bad part is after we planted that 250 acres, we had a drought the very next year and we didn't have anything. So we didn't have anything to show for it.
But this year, with a lot of spring rain, we did see some grasses that we hadn't seen in spots where they haven't been. So
Yeah.
we do a prairie mix.
And if when you come out to the ranch tomorrow, I actually have a bag of seed that we planted last year that you can take a look at and see what the mix is. Because it has some fescue in it and all kinds of weird stuff. But we just kind of, we go for a hodgepodge and just hope something happens.
Because you guys don't get much rain.
No, we average 14 inches of rain a year.
No, 14 inches of precipitation.
Yes.
So that includes snow. So
Right.
summer rain is what, 7 to 8 inches?
This
in
year
the
we're
summer
at
months?
like 8 inches so far this year, so it's pretty
Yeah,
limited.
we're from Illinois.
Yeah.
And we had a ton of rain in April, May.
Well, we're getting some tonight, but it's probably, we're quite a ways from the ranch, so it might not be raining out at the ranch. So,
Quick show of hands, how many people here are here from Illinois?
oh, quite a
Isn't that
few.
crazy?
Maureen went to high school, or a couple miles away. Her husband grew up a mile away from me.
Oh my gosh.
High school 2 blocks away from where I live. different district.
It's a small world.
Small world.
It is.
huh?
And her sister worked with me, well, in my training district, with my dad, and her brother-in-law, Frank, I know him too.
And you guys just met?
Yes.
Just met.
Just met.
Wow, amazing.
A small world.
That's wild.
Certainly around.
Somebody just asked how many Fensels are there here on the ranch. We actually have 3 generations of Fensels on the ranch working for the last week. We have Dennis, and then Matt, and then his son Jake is here as well. So there's more generations of Fensels than there is Galloways on the ranch. So it's amazing.
And we only got 2.
Yeah, we only got 2 on the ranch. So.
And my mom.
Yeah, we got
I
your
mean,
mom.
she's
We'll
not
count your mom.
Galloway,
Okay,
but-
yeah. And so, any other questions? I know I need to stretch it out.
Store hours on Sunday, we're gonna open at 9 and I'll close I don't know when I'll close. We'll open at 9.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, my name's Paul from Missouri.
Hi, Paul.
And have you ever considered working with the county baling ditches to help with your lack of hay problem?
There is a program here where you can actually get a permit to do ditches, and I think it runs. You have to end up paying. You have to bid on it. I think our neighbor actually bid on our ditches. Ended up with like $5 a mile or something like that, which is nothing.
Yeah.
Part of the problem is that when you drive out to the ranch and you'll see this, our ditches are quite steep, and I'm not sure why that is. Because you go up to North Dakota and you guys and people from North Dakota and South Dakota have ditches that go on for like.
I know, they're so nice.
Yeah, like half a mile off the road. I don't know what's up with that.
Right in front of the ranch, they're pretty steep. We have some flat spots that you can get like a small swather down or a small mower, but yeah, it's pretty steep. And a lot of places we don't have a lot of shoulder on the road, and the ditch is really steep. And the ditches are dirty.
Yeah, for some we have a lot. I don't know why, but there's a lot of litter in our ditches. I did find one time somebody threw out an entire box of business cards, which I thought was a weird thing to litter because I had the guy's phone number. I called him. I said, "Hey, you dropped your business cards, and you can come pick them up." I found dirty underwear in the ditches, stuff that I probably wouldn't want in a bale. And so it's one of those things that it's like, for what I could do, as compared, we don't have wide ditches, so you usually only get like one swath off the ditch. And honestly, ditch hay, the grass doesn't grow a whole lot better in the ditch than it does out in the pasture. So on a bad year, it doesn't save us, and on a good year, it's almost more work than it's worth, if that makes sense. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
Any other questions? We'll talk about trash in the ditch for a while and complain about that.
There's a comment from Jeremy.
No, we ordered 12 more pizzas, so don't leave without.
You ordered 12 more pizzas. Michelin is trying to fatten us all up for some reason. I'm not exactly sure what you have planned, but yeah, definitely stick around afterwards. We have pizza on the way.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Where's the tires?
No, see? You might be onto something. The more you weigh, the faster you wear out tires. See? Busted.
I got something yet.
What's that?
I got something.
You got something? Do you need a microphone? You want to come back up? If you have questions if you have questions for anybody that's been up here, feel free to come up and ask those questions, because apparently they're not shy about just coming back up. So if you have questions for the hunters, if you have questions for Blake, Nick and Stephanie, I don't know why you'd want to ask them a question.
This is part of my therapy to come out of my shell. So I'm working.
You have a shell?
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
Yeah. So take it easy on me, tough guy. All right. No, what we want to do is something here. We want to put out a challenge to everybody that is here, everybody that's watching, everybody that subscribes, non-subscribers. I don't care who you are. We're going to put out a challenge. Okay. Our sponsors, the Pronghorn Posse sponsors, are all year heat and air in Sacramento and South Sacramento parts. Okay, they provide us with shirts. They pretty much provide us with anything we want. And besides that,
plug in Ron's business here.
Ron has nothing to do with it. Trust me. I'm not kidding. His wife Caroline will tell you that perfectly clear. This is her business. You get lost, buddy. But we just, is that not the truth, Ron? True story. Thank you. Yeah. But no, we just want to tell them thank you for their support. And the 4 of us that are here tonight, Pronghorn Posse, the young studs couldn't be here, so, but they're supportive too on this. We want to put a challenge out to every single person. We are donating to the Prairie Project and our Wyoming Life $100 to each one of them. And we challenge everybody to either donate $100 to the Prairie Project or $100 to our Wyoming Life.
We don't need
okay?
that.
What's that?
We don't, you're okay. You don't have to donate to the Edible Prairie Project.
We don't have to do
Donate
anything we want. You sit there and drink what you don't have. Okay? Because we love the both of them, and be honest with you, in case you don't know me, because you don't,
Oh, he's gonna cry.
I usually, no, I'm not going to cry. I do that in public. I swim against the current a lot of times, and I don't usually do what people tell me to do. And so if he tells me you don't have to do that, I'm going to damn well do it. Okay? So we're doing this because we love you both. We think you're both of these, Our Wyoming Life and the Edible Prairie Project, are so noteworthy and deserving of support and people's donations. That's why we're doing this. We want to see how many people not only talk the talk, but walk the walk in this challenge. Okay, so step it up, people, and help them out.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
I give it to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You want another one?
So there was a question somebody asked. Well, there you go. You just got a $100 super
got one.
chat. Thank you for hosting us. Congratulations. That's from
Thank you,
Paymaker 11.
Paymaker.
Somebody asked if we're having a little after party after the live stream,
we're
which
at
we are. We're
pizza.
going to hang out here. Apparently Michelin's buying pizza. The hunters are buying the booze. So we've been told that we can hang out here as long as we want.
I got booze money.
Quiet.
This money I'll keep for Edible Prairie Project. You can go buy booze.
Yeah, I'm not going anyway. Any other questions
Thank
or
you, Paymaker.
comments? And like I said, if you have a question for anybody, feel free. But you guys here are obviously going to have a chance to.
Do you want to bring Jeremy up?
Yeah. You guys are going to have a chance to meet all these folks, including a special guest that we have here from Michelin. His name is Jeremy. He's here visiting from South Carolina. Come on up here. Oh, geez. No, I'm not opening those. But
Thanks, Matt.
if anybody missed the live stream where I opened a bag of these things will kill you. Grab that microphone there, bud. These things will, if you open these, they turn into a big old dust cloud right into your face. So, yeah, that's bad news. Jeremy is
Thanks,
here
Matt.
visiting, just kind of checking out and seeing what we're doing. And one of your goals while you're here is to talk to these people and find out why they watched YouTube, why they're subscribers to Our Wyoming Life, why they subscribe to Blake's channel. And like, what exactly is Michelin? You don't have to give away all the trade secrets, but like why are you here, man?
Oh my God. So the main purpose for me of being here is to build our social channels. So we have a B2B, a Michelin truck, a Michelin business social channel that we're trying to build on Facebook, Instagram, and we love working with our dealers, our customers, farmers, communities to make sure that that's successful and we can partner with them to, further the message.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. And you'll see him. They'll be floating around. Him and Sean, which I don't know where Sean went. Over there. They'll be floating around. Be sure to talk to them. When you're talking to these guys, be nice. Say good things. But at the same time, like what you tell them does go back and actually helps build not only Michelin's relationship with Our Wyoming Life, but also with other YouTubers, other farmers, other ranchers, and ways that we can work together and be able to. Somebody said I should grow a beard like yours. Hey, that's Tim Fuller. He works at Michelin. Get off of here. So it does help build across the board. Correct.
Yes.
Awesome. Very much. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. I know he's shy, so he doesn't want to stay up here too much longer. Thank you very much for coming up here.
I will say, we just met Jeremy yesterday. He came in yesterday mid-afternoon, came and hung out on the ranch. It's been crazy busy, just with tons of people helping. It's been really busy. It's a little chaotic on the ranch this week. I think a lot of people ask me like how I'm doing. Like, oh, it's busy, but we're going to get through it. We're going to get to Saturday, and it's very loud. Suitcase. But the ranch looks great, and I'm so appreciative of all the help that we've had. And Jeremy came yesterday, and what can I do? And he hung out, and you showed him around, and then my mom had us all up for dinner, and we had steaks from the ranch, and then Jeremy hung out some more, and he came down to our house, and we all sat in our kitchen, and I patted lamb.
Exactly. So that's pretty much it for tonight. I do want to thank.
Why are we stretching?
Because you got me up and out here. Those guys in the back wanted to stay here too.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, come on up. Come on in, have a seat.
Watch out for the Lucky Charms. They'll get you.
They will. But open the marshmallows is trending.
The marshmallows is trending?
Yep, hashtag open the marshmallows.
That's funny.
It's not a thing.
Oh.
It is now.
So these guys have been out here for, you came out on Saturday?
It was supposed to be Monday.
Yeah, it took you a little less time
Do
to
you
drive out
mind
here.
if we come 2 days early? Yeah, well, the
Feel
house
free.
ain't clean.
You just couldn't
What
wait.
are you going to do now? We're there.
Yeah, exactly. And Tammy and Dave came up from North Carolina, and you guys got here Thursday or Friday?
I lost track of time.
A long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Dave's busy running sound and stuff.
Yeah, can you put the camera on Dave? He's actually producing this show tonight. Can we give Dave a round of applause? 'Cause I do know for a fact that it's not an easy thing to do. I've been doing it for a year, or a little bit over a year with the live stream. So it's a...
5 minutes.
What?
You gave me a 5-minute course.
I did. I gave him like a 5. This button does this. Don't push that button.
That was how he taught me how to drive a tractor.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm not really much for, like I said, I don't do how-to videos, so
You
I'm
did
not
good,
much
though.
of a teacher. I can't.
I did not break anything.
You did not break anything. We had, obviously, Matt is here from Chicago.
My wife is back there.
Tammy?
Oh, Tammy. Yeah. Hi,
Wave your
Tammy.
hand up.
She's
Um,
hiding.
I even get her picture on the internet. There you go.
Behind Stephanie
you.
there.
Because Mike lied to her the last time to get her on camera.
I did. I lied to her.
You won't have to talk. Just sit there.
Yeah.
I'm like,
We invited these guys out to give us a hand. I don't even know if we really invited you. It was kind of like we're coming out for Ranch Roundup, and having you guys here obviously made our lives a lot easier. So we want to thank you guys for being here. I wish I had some pictures to show you of the last week. I am going to have a video coming out here before
We were
too
like,
long.
we'll film getting ready. At the end of the day, I'd be like, did you take a single picture? Can I
No.
put something on Instagram? And like, we've all been so bad about, there's a few moments that we did capture, a few that has made it to social media, but Matt did some filming the other day. We got some pictures of Matt driving the tractor. I mean, it's just been...
you know, everybody in this room was saying, yeah, you drove a tractor, big deal. I come from Chicago. We don't have tractors.
But what could you do with a tractor in Chicago? I mean, that'd be like, you'd be like king of the world, man.
I can't think. I can think of a lot of things.
Yeah.
You could do a lot of damage.
You get one
yeah.
big
do a lot of
traffic light.
damage, and I'd be the most popular policeman in the world. Everybody'd be wishing they were me,
Yeah, no doubt.
but I'd be in jail.
Yeah, true. You got to drive. You got to feed the calves.
I did.
Yeah.
Thank goodness Kenzie taught me how to do it.
Not much to it, really. But one of the things that we are going to do
I
during
disagree. There's a lot to it.
during the Ranch Roundup this year, that Tammy is going to draw. This was your idea to draw names out of a hat for people to go out and feed the calves.
Feed the calves. So 3 people will be, their names will be called, and you're going to be the lucky folks to go and bottle feed calves, and it's going to be a fun thing. It's going to be a lot of surprises in store for that.
Yeah, and that's kind of, so when you first came out to the ranch, the first time you were out, I think, and I don't know if this is where the idea came from, but Dave took a video of you feeding the calves.
Oh, you're talking about the time I made a fool of myself.
Right, and then he put that video on YouTube, and then that became, like, people found that video because it had our name on it.
Yeah.
So is this payback for that you want us to put videos of other people feeding the calves?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than revenge to get you moving in the morning.
I
So
can't break the calf's mouth. I couldn't help it.
yeah. Yeah.
You know, but I didn't use that. I just used my hand to right down pants. Nobody noticed.
When
No.
Tammy and Dave were here helping with haying, Tammy would, and Dave, they both were just great about doing the chores, and everybody that's been here this week has just been helping do the chore. I think we put in chickens like once, which has been great. But Tammy likes to wipe the bottle calves' mouths and
the other end sometimes
and the other
too.
end too. And she's very attentive to those babies.
She is.
Can I share my tractor story?
First, I would like you to thank that person right
Thank
there
you,
for a
Susan.
$99 super chat.
Thank you,
That's
Susan
amazing.
Chambley. Tell us something. All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
EPP thing is totally mind-blowing.
It is cool.
It is.
We actually had a chance this week to go and help out with the
We
Wyoming
helped-
Food Bank.
Yeah, the Wyoming Rocky Mountain Food Bank had brought up a semi-load of food for, they've done it twice this summer because of the coal miners that have been laid off in our community. So they brought up a semi-load of food. We all went, and you guys were gracious enough to come and help. All of our people that have been here helping also came and helped. Tammy handed out a lot of lettuce. I did a lot of jalapenos.
We did a lot. Yeah, I've never seen
lot of
that many
food.
in my life.
Yeah,
lots. We were unloading trucks. It was a lot of fun, and it was Erin's birthday that day.
It was my birthday.
So yeah, what a way to spend your birthday, but
was
a great
hot,
thing to do,
too.
and you know, a lot of fun. So.
Thank you very much, Susan.
Matt, I saw a comment come by that says that you are the best mod, one of the best mod, not the best, one of the best mods on YouTube.
Oh, thank you.
If you do recognize the name, Matt is one of the moderators during live streams.
You were like our first.
You were our very first moderator. I think I came to you and I said, hey, I could use a hand just because we got, you get a few comments here and there that you just, you got to do something about.
And I had no idea what a mod was.
Sometimes we wonder ourselves.
And all you said was, okay, pretend you're being a hall monitor at high school. You're a policeman for this group. Okay.
There you go.
And the rest is history.
The rest is history. JB Weld with another super chat there for $300.
JB Weld.
Wow.
Thank you, JB.
Wow, that's amazing.
Oh, wait, you missed one. What did he say?
Okay, so $100 towards EPP, the other $200 goes towards drinks.
No, the last part of it.
Matt
And
Pencil.
Matt Fensel for president. Yeah.
Make Trump believe in the liberal.
Yeah, no doubt.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You didn't political, you know I am about that.
It's all good. It's all good. I'll be your vice.
There's a note you're supposed to read.
Oh. And of course, Zach and William are here, of course, and you'll get a chance to meet. We're going to bring those guys up next, but now they're shaking their heads. See, you brought a new. Oh, look at that. Zach Hewitt is another moderator that's here, and William Dunn.
Matt, you're supposed to shout out your grandkids. Jessica says,
Tell
say hi
Matt.
to your
We don't do
grandkids.
shout out kids. I'll be home in a week. Okay, let's see Wednesday.
A week?
Everybody who shares my DNA, hello. You want to hear my tractor story now?
Your what
yeah.
story? Your tractor
Tractor
story?
story.
Okay, let's hear your tractor story.
So, cut grass in the first field. Life is good. All of a sudden, I go to the bathroom. It's a question I never asked. What do farmers, ranchers, where do they go?
I don't know, Tammy, where do they go?
Out in the prairie.
Yeah.
Well, I'm now looking at the pasture camp because I can see the house. So I want to get turned in such a way where nobody's going to see me.
Okay.
Life is good. Take care of business. As we know, Matt has a mess. Matt steps down on the flat ground of Wyoming and nearly loses balance. Put my hand on the tire.
On the tire.
Full of cow poop. Fresh cow poop. No problem. Wipe it off. Life is good. Back of a tractor, and a sneeze comes right away. Put my hand in my face. I know I had cow crap on my nose and like down here. And I look up at that big old mirror right there and I see it. I'm like, great man, brown nose. And I'm laughing now. So there's a couple of napkins in there. I wipe it off. You had just brought me a bottle of water and Pop-Tarts.
Bottle of water and Pop-Tarts, the breakfast of champions.
Brown sugar and cinnamon Pop-Tarts will never be the same again.
No.
That was my story.
Oh.
I just had to share it.
It was great.
It was
There's a T-shirt idea there somewhere.
probably,
There probably is.
but cow poop smells.
I mean, is there any poop that smells good though, Matt?
Really, I guess.
Dried out stuff usually isn't bad.
Yeah, we're taking a turn
And the
here.
other thing, don't kick what you think is a rock. It may not be a rock. Thank God that one was dried out.
Is there anything, you're in North Carolina where you guys have like 10 acres and you have donkeys and chickens
Donkeys and chickens and goats, and but I don't fall off and step in their poop.
There's a first time for
I
everybody.
guess it is.
I love understanding.
I love you too.
Has what she calls her happy place on the ranch.
I do.
And,
It's about 5 miles back, and they are
give Tim
waving arms at us. Oh, hello.
I feel like a newscaster.
So yeah, the happy place is about 5 miles back. At the end of the day, especially when we were here haying, it was really nice to just go and just kind of chill for the day before I hit the bed. So it's a wonderful place. There's nothing back there but me. Love
I was going to ask what, you don't have to put that in my face, I have one. I was going to ask what you learned on the ranch. Obviously, Matt learned that he likes driving tractors in circles, and he likes the smell of cow poop for some reason. I don't know why.
And Pop-Tarts.
And Pop-Tarts. And
I won't like cherry from now on.
yes, but I mean, is there anything? I was going to ask what you learned on the ranch, but I think that you found your happy place.
Oh, I did. And when you plan you have a schedule of what, Mike and Erin will tell you what we need to do for the day. Well, that's really going to change because something comes up, something's going to need to be fixed, and a cow is going to get out, and everything changes. And you just, work is never done. You just get ready, and when it's dark, it's time to go to bed.
Very
It's
much so.
never, ever finished, but it's a lot of fun, very rewarding.
Yeah, there's your sign.
Yeah, I think
Thanks, Jess.
having these guys here, obviously, you guys have been a huge help. And we become more and more like family almost every single day. We fight, we have, we have blow-ups, we get past them, we move on. And the relationships that we made through our Wyoming Life is what proves to us that our Wyoming Life is much bigger than we are.
Absolutely.
And it's bigger than we'll ever be. So having you guys here really does mean a lot to us. I want to thank all of our moderators, of course, even those that couldn't be here. Lori, I think, is on her own in the chat room, and she's been taken care of.
Still good.
Well, Zach's got his laptop.
Oh,
right
and,
there.
well, yeah, I'm talking about that's not here, though.
Oh, okay.
Lori is actually in Michigan. She wasn't able to make it out for
Next year, Lori.
this Ranch Roundup. We will make sure that she is here for the next one. So thank you, Lori, for being our sole cop in the world.
Why are we still stretching?
Why not?
I think when we had this idea, and I told Erin, and she said, "Well, how long is it going to take?" And she said, "How about it? We'll just do a regular hour live stream." And I think Matt said, "No, 2 hours." And then there was some sort of bargaining going on.
Well, it's been an hour and 42 minutes.
But I'll
so-
tell you what, okay, I'll meet you halfway. We'll do 2 hours. Done.
Yeah, pizza's getting cold.
Pizza's getting cold. We have people waiting for us. I want to get out and meet some people. And of course, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. We are going to have a video coming out about the Ranch Roundup. That will hopefully be Tuesday, depending on how much I want to sleep. And if I can teach you how to edit. So that might work too.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate everybody coming to live stream. I appreciate all the super chats.
Yeah,
Amazing, you guys.
You guys are so generous.
Thank
And of
Thank
course,
you.
everybody that was willing to come up here with us, share stories. That's what this is all about more than anything. Thanks to Dave for producing for us. Ivan was running our secondary camera for us. Make sure you turn that camera around. Show yourself there on screen. Everybody that got up here, and of course, all you guys that traveled. I couldn't even. We should sit down and add up all the miles and see if we can make it to the moon, because it's amazing to me that you guys would be willing to come to the middle of nowhere, Wyoming. I mean, how many people even heard of Gillette before they started watching our Wyoming Life? But now you're here and visiting just a small family that tries to make it day by day, and you guys are a huge part of that. So thank you very much for that, and we will see you next Thursday for a regular live stream. Are we doing next week? Are we going to do one next week?
Yeah, we'll do it next week.
Okay, so
no
we'll be-
Sunday video.
Yeah,
Tuesday.
Sunday video we'll not do one.
You open those?
I'm not going to open those. Those things tried to kill me last
Matt,
time.
why
I
don't
opened
you
them.
open them?
Oh, no, I watched him do it.
You fool me once, shame on. Yeah. So thank you very much, and Dave, you pushed the button to end it, man. Thank you very much, guys.